Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 14th, 2022 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Alright, Cancer. Let's see what energy we have to be mindful of during this full supermoon. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Here we have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is an ending. It's a walking away from something. We have to be mindful not to walk away from something too soon, or we have to be just very aware and mindful in our endings, very present in them. I don't know why that's going to be such a big deal, but there's a sense of something stopping, but like it has to stop with purpose. And because there's something that can just kind of like spiral out of control and then you walk away from it, but there's no real like decision that has been made. Here you're taking the power back and you need to make the decision. Okay, that's what's coming through very powerfully. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And this is truth. This is the throat chakra. And this is going to be a time where we need to speak our truth. We need to see our truth. I always feel that the full moon, the new moon, any moon is more powerful for you, Cancer, than it is for any other sign, except maybe for Pisces. Maybe that can run parallel with you, because you are ruled by the moon in astrologically. You're ruled by the moon, and Pisces is represented by the moon in the tarot, so that's where I see the connection. But here you are ruled by the moon, and so this is a time where you need to speak your truth. You need to see and speak and understand and move forward in it, because the throat chakra is very much saying, okay, now I need to move forward in these things. Now I need to go after what I desire. I need to find that balance. I need to find that understanding. And it's going to be very important to say what you feel and feel what you say. It moves us to seeing what the moon has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. These two. Now, this full moon is a supermoon. It is the strawberry moon. And if you're like me, I've already gone out into the garden and picked a whole bunch of strawberries. And this moon always makes me think of childhood. When I was little, we used to pick raspberries, and now we're picking strawberries. So there is such a cycle to this moon that I find absolutely beautiful. This full moon is in Sagittarius. The sun is in Gemini. So we have the sibling energy, right? Because Gemini and Sagittarius are sister signs. So this is a moon, and this is a time when the philosopher, the moon of Sagittarius, and the questioner, the sun of Gemini, come forward. and really challenge each other. This can be a time where we feel the most in harmony because of the sister signs, and we can also feel the most tension because of the sister signs. Either the sisters build each other up, or they're at each other's throats. During this time, and for a few days before it, we are going to be very swayed by our dreams, by what we are looking for, by what we desire, by what we want to see instead of what is actually there. So just remember this. Also, media can have a huge sway over us. We can be like, wow, I don't understand, why I'm so drawn to this advertisement or this, whatever. It's going to be because the media is also playing off of our dreams and what we desire. Mercury is entering into Gemini, and this is a time that makes communication and travel greatly important to us. So Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is entering into Gemini. It's just going to amplify everything. Communication, that's why our throat chakra is telling us, say the truth. Know why you're walking away from something. Know why somebody else might be walking away from something. We need to know the truth of things. Now, this doesn't mean that we need to track down the person and say, you have to tell me. They might not ever want to tell us, but we have to know why we're walking away, why we're moving forward, where it is that we're headed. So here, where we are now, we're at a new start is coming. We feel with this full moon, and it's so interesting because this is the new moon, but we feel with this full moon that a new start is coming, a new insight is guiding us. It's like, okay, there's a clean slate. It's like an etch-a-sketch is being shaken. So there's a clean slate that is coming forward, and we're starting to see, all right, what do I need emotionally, personally, for myself? Our challenge, well, as the change is coming in, a new start is coming, our challenge is the fear. We're really quite afraid as we're moving forward. And that fear can be absolutely paralyzing, take over not only the 14th of June, but it can take over to the new moon, which I don't know exactly when the next new moon is. But there's the sense here, or till the full moon, where our fears take over until the next full moon. We need to be very mindful of this because our challenge is looking at our fears and not saying, oh, I've conquered this, or oh no, I have this under control. When really we don't, when really we're just trying to push forward through it, we need to really look at the challenges that we're facing, look at the chaos that is around us, and say, okay, what am I afraid of and why? It brings us to what we need to focus on. And this is the full moon in Cancer. This is us coming through very luminant and powerful. And it says a personal issue is reaching resolution. There is something that needed to be decided on, that is now being decided on, that is now moving us forward. And it's like, okay, this personal issue has reached the resolution. We are being guided towards where we need to be. And there's what we're focusing on now. It's like we want to know exactly how and why and where and when. And the moon is really saying to us, take the peace that comes with this moon, take the insight that comes with this moon, and stop questioning everything. Because it's almost like we want things to be scientific. We want it to have a very specific answer, a very specific reason. And Spirit is saying here, why are you wasting your time on that? You don't need to have the scientific answers to everything. You need to know. And that is enough. It moves us then to our past, which is again the new moon coming forward with beginnings. The past was the beginning. And the past was up until you've listened to this video, right? So here, as you walk through the portal, you're walking into a new stage of life and of being. The past is this time of change, of transformation, of beginnings, of understandings. And it moves us to our greatest strength during this time, and it's expect powerful change. It is the fact that powerful change is a part of us. And we expect it, we understand it, we're moving with it, and we're seeing it. We're being more flexible. But there is this energy of inflexibility here. It's kind of like we don't want to move, and then we're being forced to. I'm just seeing candy being made and how quickly it has to be done before it all hardens and becomes hard candy. So just know that like the change needs to come, but we also need to kind of work up to it. We need to be worked to this change. We can't just say, okay, I'm going to change everything and in 5 seconds do so. We then have our near future, which is discernment. We are being much more discerning with the energy that we're letting into our lives. We're being much more discerning with the way that we're moving forward, with what we want, with what we're seeing, with how we are, guiding ourselves, and how we're taking the moon's guidance and also Spirit's guidance And it's like, be more discerning. Be more discerning in the way that you move forward. And that's going to be so important, because before we were doing things for other people, and now it's like, no, I'm being discerning for me. And it moves us to our suggested approach, which is a new romantic cycle begins. Opening our hearts to something beautiful, opening our hearts to really expressing our souls and seeing what we want, and finding that balance. Our challenge here, and what we need to know, is that we have a challenge with the change that is coming in. Even though we expect powerful change, as that change comes forward, what we need to know is that we're going to kind of fight it. We're going to be like, no, 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 it can't be. We can't move forward that way. This isn't what I want. This isn't how I want it. So as the change comes, even though we've wanted it, there's a sense of, no, it's not exactly as I wanted it. Like, it's not perfect. So this isn't exactly right. It's just a little bit off. So then we become kind of like, no, it can't be. No, it can't possibly be. And then moves us to our hopes and our fears, which are, your commitment is being tested. We hope that our commitment to what we want in life, when tested, will stand that test of time. We fear that we won't. We fear that we will walk away. There's also something, oh, that's it. That's why this comes forward with the 8 of Cups. It's like, be aware of what you're walking away from, because we're afraid that we'll walk away from something that we once really loved, and it wasn't time to walk away from it. It just wasn't time. But there's that energy around us. There's a restlessness around us that's like, well, I'll just walk away. I'll just walk away. I'll just start again. I'll just find something new. And then we always go right now in our heads to the worst case scenario. It's like, oh my gosh, it's all going to fall apart. It's like, stop it. All right? We're saying hope for the best, but we're like preparing for the worst, which means that we believe in the worst way more. It moves us to our potential future, which is the darkness, which is the quiet, which is the understanding, which is the new moon, which is a sense of coming into ourselves. Our potential future is quiet. And I know that's not what we want. We want something loud and radiant and vibrant. But the quiet, the connection, the understanding, that's going to be really important. So let's see what Tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. I'm going to put these ones over here and these over here because it will just make it easier. Okay, so we have the 3 of Wands with a new start is coming, and that just makes perfect sense. They align so perfectly with each other. There's a sense of, we're looking out at the horizons, we're looking at what is to be coming in, how things are to be moving forward. And we see that this new start, this new understanding is coming into us. What do we fear? We fear the chaos that we have known for so long. We fear the endless fighting, the endless bickering, the endless, misunderstandings. We fear that it will just be chaos upon chaos upon chaos to come. It brings us to what we're focusing on, and it's love. It's the sun in Gemini. This is Gemini energy. And so when it says personal issue is reaching a resolution, we're falling back in love. There's a new love connection. There's a powerful commitment being brought forward. And it doesn't matter if that's a romantic commitment or if it isn't, but there's a real sense of love is at the basis. Love is at the heart of this. And it brings us to our past, which we have vampiric energy around us. We've had to hold on to things because things have been so unsure. And now we're starting to see ourselves walking into a new beginning, a new future. And a breaking chains with the vampiric energy that has drained us, the people that have drained us, the thought patterns that have drained us. And it brings us to our strength, which is our past, which sounds so funny, but it's like we've learned so much, we've come so far. And as we expect powerful change, we know that we are evolving. We know that we are changing and growing. And that is just so powerful to us. It brings us to our near future, which is the Four of Wands. Discernment and its celebration, its commitment. It's a sense of this is where I belong. This is what I want and need and what I'm desiring within my life. And I found what I want to commit to. We're being discerning because we're only going to let a few people into that world with us to celebrate that glory with us. It's like I don't need everybody. I just need a few really good people by my side. It brings us to our subconscious, not subconscious. It brings us to our approach to things. And it's a new romantic cycle starts, and it can be with an air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But a new romantic cycle starts with somebody who's very open, very honest, has a fantastic way with words, very discerning in what they're saying and seeing. But this is also a new romantic cycle starts within our lives for us as we become more open, more honest, more determined, more driven, more understanding in what we want and where we want to be for us. And we're cutting through all the nonsense and we're seeing what really matters. It brings us then to what we need to know. We have the challenge of moving forward, right? We're resisting it. And then we have temperance coming in, which is Sagittarius energy. And that's the energy of this full moon. So even though the change comes forward and we're resisting it, this moon starts to balance us. This moon starts to guide us. This moon starts to say, what is the harmony and what do you need and why are you here? And it's bringing up really good questions because, of course, it's the philosopher, right? And we can find it challenging to have to face those, to have to see it that way. And it's like, oh, shut up. Like, I don't want to listen to this right now. I don't want to do this. It brings us to our hopes and our fears. And it's our commitment is being tested to where our magic lies, to that spark, to that brilliance that is us. And we hope that we pass the test. And we fear that we don't. And that the magic will just die away. We won't be the person that we want to be. We won't get to where it is that we want to be. And we're putting a lot of pressure on ourselves right now, Cancer. It moves us to our subconscious, not our subconscious, I don't know why I keep saying subconscious, but it moves us to a potential future, which is the darkness. The darkness and temperance, not temperance, the hermit. No, the Hierophant, there we go, right here, which is Taurus energy. And there's a sense of, I ascend. I hold the keys. I understand. In the darkness, when we're contemplating and connecting with ourselves and what we want, we're going to realize that it's not about recreating the wheel. It's not about inventing something so spectacularly individual that it can't be stand. Like everybody's like, oh my gosh, I don't understand how you did this. It's about taking something that exists, like a vacuum cleaner, right? Like Dyson took a vacuum cleaner and he's like made it better, right? Disney took fairy tales and put its own spin on them. You're going to see that you're going to be working with something that has already existed. And now you're going to be changing it, moving it, sculpting it in the way that is right for you. And it can be a huge challenge. It's like when Michelangelo was given the stone for David. It had already been given to another artist. It was too hard for him to use. He had already started. So David had to be carved in a very specific way because the stone had already started to be carved. And it was too hard. And it was an impossible stone to work with. And yet he did it. He didn't create something out of absolutely nothing. He took what he was given, what broke other people. And he said, I can make this work for me. I can change this. I can mold this for me. And that's what we're seeing here with us, Cancer. We're not going against the mold. We're not creating something so completely different. But what we're doing is we're taking something that exists that may have been too hard for other people or might not have been understood by others or seen by others. And we're opening up the door to ourselves. And we're saying, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I got this. Let's look at our subconscious Luna energy. Hold your vision and accept what is coming and accept who you are and accept the power that is needed to hold to your vision, to get to where it is that you want to be, Cancer. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Two of Pentacles, finding balance, finding harmony within ourselves while we're balancing everything else, while we're juggling everything. stabilizing and steadying ourselves. Subconsciously, we're trying to do everything, but we forget about us. We have to be very mindful of that. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is the third eye. The third eye chakra, this is visualization. And it's seeing what we want. And it's looking at what we're seeing in a time where dreams are so real and saying, what do you desire? And how can you take that dream and pull it into reality and make it a part of your real world? It can be done. Some of us will be able to do it quite easily. Most of us, myself included, might find this to be a little bit challenging because we'll have doubts and fears and chaos around us that says, oh my gosh, can I? It's like, yeah, you can. You absolutely can. And once we start to realize that, all of a sudden it's like, okay, yeah, I can get this. I can move this forward. I can do what I was sent here to do. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's the 10 of Pentacles. There's something here with thinking that everybody is more prosperous. Everybody has everything all figured out so much better than we do. Stop doing that to yourself. It's looking at your wealth and what you desire, or your desire for wealth, and staying on that path. Believing in you. And not sitting there getting discouraged because we think everybody's doing so much better than we could ever be. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer. And may you have a blessed moon.